Yo guys, it's MapCRim here for another 4th gen battle for you guys. This battle is versus Sawsha with a W. I don't even know if that's part of her real name, but you know, if it is, that's pro. Anyways, this is an NU battle, 4th gen NU, with my awesomely epic Sandstorm team, which is totally horish, except not really because I have like 3 NFEs on this team, which are technically NU, but whatever. So I lead off with my Hippopotas, which disguises Hippodon, just in case you didn't know. And I switch out to my Cock turn because I'm awesome like that. And Meganiums, usually don't use attacking moves. They usually set up, screens and shit. So I use this time to set up my substitute, which is awesome. And I knew that this Meganium probably couldn't break my sub unless it had Body Slam or some other random attack that's neutral damage. So, yeah, I just go for the Swords Dance as she switches into her Typhlosion, which is awesome. And I go for the Focus Punch, because that's what Cacturans do. She uses Flare Blitz, which is epically awesome, because Typhlosion's physical ones are just... I've been saying awesome a lot, so I don't want to say awesome. Physical Typhlosions are beast-ass fucking motherfucking awesome fuckers. Fuck, I said awesome. Damn it. Oh well. Whatever. Typhlosions are awesome. Okay, I'm not gonna say awesome this entire battle now. Okay, she predicts a Sucker Punch, goes into Meganium as I, Sucker Punch, which was a good prediction and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so her Reflect goes away, so I was thinking she'd go for another Reflect as I go for another Substitute, which is, yeah, and I go for another Sucker Punch, or not Sucker Punch, Focus Punch. And she goes for a Energy Ball, which misses because Sandveil, which is like, Sandveil hacks. And yeah, so I go for the Focus Punch, which really doesn't do anything because bulky Meganium is bulky, and Reflect and all that stuff, even though I have the Swords of Dance, but yeah. So I went for another Focus Punch, as she goes for another Energy Ball, and doesn't break my sub, which is what I thought would not happen. That makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Whatever, I didn't think she'd break my sub anyway. So I go for another Focus Punch, all that jazz, and she breaks a Sucker Punch again and goes into her Gardevoir, and look at that sprite. It is epic! Freaking Gardevoir has boobs in hard gold. My life is complete. Okay, so she goes for the Thunderbolt, which breaks my sub, and I go for the Focus Punch because I thought she wouldn't go for an attacking move. I thought she'd use like Wish or something. So I went for the Focus Punch, not the Sucker Punch, as the Reflect wears off. So I go for another Substitute because I wasn't sure if a Thunderbolt would break my Substitute, because last time it broke because it had the Energy Ball attack on it, so I was thinking, I might live. But no, the Thunderbolt still breaks the sub as I go for a Sucker Punch and kills the Boob Tube. Yeah. Which sucks because that sprite is awesome. Fuck, I said awesome. How many? You know what? Why don't you guys count how many times I say awesome? Like, fucking whatever. So she sends in a Stantler, which is awesome. Yeah, I said it. And I go for a Sucker Punch and kills the Stantler. So I go for a sub as she goes for a Rock Slide, which I'm like, fuck. Which is surprising that Rock Slide even hit, because Rock Slide after the Sandveil and shit is like, what, 60% accuracy? Fucking, I don't even know. And then she predicts my Sucker Punch again, which is really pro, and then goes for a Toxic. And yeah, it kills me, which sucks. So now I go into my Hippopotamus, or whatever it's pronounced, and she Toxics me, gives me AIDS, and I freaking mix my own Toxic, which sucks. And I'm like, what the hell? That's horrible. So I go for the Stealth Rocks, predicting the switch into something that could take a Toxic, and yeah, she goes into her Typhlosion. Technically, actually, a Typhlosion being Toxic probably would have killed it, but no. So she goes for an Earthquake for some random reason. I don't know why she didn't just go for Flare Blitz, because she would die from Life Orb anyways, and then she's in Blaze and it's stabbed. So that probably would have killed my Hippopotas, but whatever. So my HP is getting whittled down by Toxic as she sends in a frickin' Politoed. Goes for the Surf, which easily kills a Hippodon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Why did I say that? Whatever. This is a Hippodon and it died. So I sent in my used to be OU because it used to be OU in 3rd gen, but now it's not because Magnezone. So I go for a Thunderbolt, which is Scarfed, and kills the Politoed, thankfully, because, Politoeds have really good special defense and all that stuff, so yeah. Now she sends in her Shakubutsu, which if you guys don't know what that is the Japanese name of Credilli. The Japanese name of Credilli. That's awesome. Yes, it is. So she goes for a stockpile, and I go for a curse, because cursing Credillis are way better than stockpiling ones. As her own Credilli, you know, uses toxic and gives me a freaking sexually transmitted disease, because this is like a cock war going on here. And yeah, so she uses Rock Slide, gets a flinch, which is like, what the hell? And yeah, I get whittled down by more toxic and stuff. So, my computer freezes for a second, and she goes for a stockpile. I don't know why I froze, but whatever. As I go for another curse to take the Rock Slides better and boost my attack and shit and all that jazz. So I get hurt by poison, as she goes for another Rock Slide, and I get flinched again, and I'm like, what the hell? Stop flinching me! I'm gonna die from freaking AIDS here! So she goes for another Rock Slide, and I'm like, oh my god, live! And I do, and I didn't get flinched as I use Rest and get healed all that sexy HP back up. That's right. I have a fresh, STD-free dildo out in the field with 2 curses. So yeah, Cock War still goes on as she gives me another toxic, which I'm like, fuck. Stop giving me frickin' these, like, oh my god, whatever. So I go for another curse, as she goes for another stockpile, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And, yeah, there's a cursing Credilli war going on here. But I know once I get to 6 curses, I'll probably eventually take out that Credilli, because I have Rest, so I won't die from toxic, which is awesome, but, yeah. So, more curses. I think that's my third, fourth, one of those two. As she goes for another Rock Slide, as I go for Earthquake. I don't know why I went for Earthquake. I should have went for Rock Slide, because, I don't know, for some stupid reason I was thinking Credilli resists Rock Slide. Which actually made a difference, because I do get a crit here, which would have killed if I used Rock Slide, which that crit was, like, friggin' big, because critical hits ignored defense boost, which is what Stockpile was, so, yeah. But it doesn't die, and she goes for, and she uses another Recover as I go for Rest, which I'm like, yeah. So Rest. So I get all my health back up as she switches out into her Meganium for some random reason, and yeah, I'm still asleep, and Sandstorm rages and all that fun stuff. So I believe she goes for a Reflect this turn. Yeah, she goes for a Reflect as I'm still sleeping away. And, yeah, Sandstorm and all that fun stuff. See, that's the thing about weather teams in 4th gen, is that it actually shows the weather, while 5th gen actually doesn't show the weather. It shows on, like, the bottom screen of your DS. It tells you. So, yeah, she goes for an Energy Ball, which gets a crit special defense drop, which I'm like, that's so lame. But I get a crit Rock Slide. I don't know if that mattered. I don't think it did, but she did have the Reflect up, so it might have mattered? Question mark? But, I don't know. We both miss her attacks, which is Rock Slide and Toxic, and, yeah. And she goes for another Toxic, which, yep, my penis has an STD again. Fuck you. This is getting old and boring. Just saying. This freaking cock war. Can we just end this cock war, please? Please, thank you. So I'm like, okay, this is getting nowhere, so I just switch into my Rock to Boat, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna use a Choice Banded frickin' Head Smash to the frickin' dick, and hopefully that'll kill it. And that's exactly what I do. Thankfully I hit the Head Smash, and it doesn't die. I'm like, why won't this fucking penis, this fucking green penis with like red things using Stockpile, won't die? Would have been worse if this fucking Credilli used, like, Spit Up. Cause, yeah. But, no. Thankfully I hit the second Head Smash and I finally die, and that battle was so long, oh my god. So, finally, the epic, awesome battle is done. And, yeah, comment, rate, subscribe. Her link will be in the description. Yeah. And, that'll be it. That's all. Yeah. GG. All that fun stuff. Yeah.